Today, what we're going to be doing is taking a look at an absolutely wild smartphone. I've heard the company named a few different things, either Doogee or Doogee, whatever it may be. We're going to be checking out their S98 Pro. This is going to be an unboxing video, initial impressions, and then later on the Tech Hut YouTube channel, we're going to be doing a full dedicated review. So jumping into the unboxing right away, this right here is the box. Just some typical branding on the back. We have some standard information about the device here. So with that, let's go ahead and pop it on open, just like so. So in here, it looks like we have a couple of things that are kind of unique. We have this little tool, which this seems to be a plastic separator tool, which is very nice that they actually go ahead and include this. You can see right there. Oh, there it is. And I'm assuming that's because under the actual phone here, which we're going to be getting into, my goodness, this thing is heavy. This thing is heavy. It's probably 2-3 times the weight of my Pixel that I'm using right here to record the unboxing. Looks like we have some pre-included screen protectors, our manual here, an actual case backing, which is pretty cool. And then here we have our power adapter. Let's see, how big is this? It's a USB Type-C. If I go ahead and peel off the plastic here, this is a 33 watt fast charger, which is awesome. And then of course in here we have our typical USB-C. Let's go ahead and get some of this stuff out of the way here, because this right here is the star of the show. This is the S98 Pro smartphone. Here we can see some indications for some volume buttons, our power button. Over here is going to be our SIM card. It gives us some instructions on how to deal with all of that. So if I go ahead and open it up, we can see what the phone looks like. And this is an absolute brick. There we go. And there is the phone. This thing is the opposite of some thin smartphone that we see today. Right here, this is not the best example, but this is a Pine phone, which is the size of a normal smartphone. And you can kind of see the size differences there. This is definitely a thick boy. And it does look like we have a little custom button here on the side that we could probably program to whatever we want. The actual USB down here has a way to cover up the Type-C, so it looks like you put your finger in here, you pop that open. So that adds some water protection. Well, water, dust, whatever it may be. This is an absolute monster. And it also looks like this little SIM card tray. This thing just pops open for us, potentially. Oh, and it slides out. There we go. So you don't even really need the little metal SIM card ejectors, which I always have when I don't need, but I can't find when I do need. And it looks like here we have 2 SIM card options, and this I believe is the TF card slot. So I'm going to go ahead and slide that back on in there for now. Now it's time for a peel. So let's go ahead and peel this guy off and fire her up. So there we go, and it looks like we're going to have a screen protector installed. I think I accidentally pulled it up a little bit, but luckily for me, it went down perfectly fine. Hello there. So let's just go ahead and fire it up for the first boot, shall we? See if we have any battery life. This does ship with Android 12, so you are going to get the latest version. Just some other specs real quick. It does have a 6,000 milliamp battery, which is fairly decent. The fingerprint reader is actually in this little side button right here, so that is nice. This specific phone is 8 gigabytes of RAM, and it has a 256 gigabyte internal storage. I'm just going to go ahead and skip through some of this initial setup here. I'm logging into my Wi-Fi right now, and this screen is looking pretty good. It's basically the exact same resolution as my Pixel 6, but a little bit less. And I will sign in later, but for now I'm going to go ahead and skip that, go ahead and accept all their garbage. Alright, so I went through the process and we're in the actual phone now. Now, what really sets this phone apart, other than the fact it is a industrious, looks like moderately well-built phone. So since the phone's on, I'm going to switch to a screen recording. We're going to check out the main feature of this device, and that is the camera here. And over here on the side, we're going to have options for night vision, video, portrait, and a few others. First of all, night vision. This is what it looks like. It's hard to tell because this isn't nighttime here, but I'm going to go ahead and put a couple pictures on the screen now of what this looks like in actual darkness, which it's dark outside, so I'll go take those in just a sec. So for me personally, that's probably one of the very first times I have seen night vision on the camera, But yeah, pretty cool device. It's fairly snappy. It doesn't look like there's too much crappy adware type stuff on here. Bunch of Google stuff. If we look over here, we have a SIM toolkit, security, whatever InfoRay is. What is that? Oh yeah, thermal imaging. This camera has thermal imaging. Let's check that out. Okay, so we're in thermal imaging. And I do gotta say, this is the fact that's pretty cool. Okay, it's got my monitor there. There's the laptop. I got this guy right here to see how accurate this is. So we're getting about 44 Celsius. Oh, it's almost spot on. This says 45 point, or it's jumping around, or about 46. And this right here, 46 degrees Celsius. Let's look at a cooler area. Let's say this keyboard right here. About 25 Celsius. And then if I bring this in here, we are at 20. It's a little warmer. It's a little warmer. This says 27. Still fairly close. That's pretty cool. So if you have a use for that, it's a real rugged phone. Honestly, I could see like somebody who does a lot of outdoorsy things, hunting, fishing, stuff like that. This is a cool little tool to have. So what I'm going to do now is actually use this as my daily driver. I'm going to be putting my SIM card from the Google Pixel 6 into this device right here. And I will be reporting my experiences after using this for about 2 weeks to a month on the Tech Hut YouTube channel. Link to that down below. And if you do like this type of content, make sure you subscribe. Lots of cool gadgets and gizmos will be featured on this channel. So with that, I do hope you have an absolutely beautiful day, and goodbye.